through a variety of SDGs today throughout today's presentation. And the first one is that 40% or more of all new business application solution decisions in the enterprise will be cloud-based by 2014. Up from roughly 15% today, 20% today. The sky is not falling. It's not going to be 100% cloud. There still will be on-prem decisions made and extensions to current architectures. But clearly the trend is toward a significant portion of the new investment going in that direction. While all providers have been impacted by the recent downturn, clearly the SaaS and cloud providers have fared much better than the on-prem providers. In our view, almost the Great Recession has almost accelerated the trend toward the cloud. It's moved forward probably by a year or two, trends that would have come otherwise. And we can see it in the financial results, and I'll be sharing some of those with you in just a moment. And clearly, as we exit this recession, the cloud providers are dramatically increasing at an accelerated pace relative to the rebound from the ISVs, although I must say the most recent quarterly results are very promising. And surpassed some of my expectations as it relates to Q1 revenues and earnings. In our estimate, roughly 40 to 45% of independent software vendors have begun the journey now to SaaS. So we're talking specifically to the SaaS layer. And later on, I will talk about a broader SaaS ecosystem or a broader cloud ecosystem of which SaaS is one layer. And our use of the term SaaS is very specific. We're talking about business solutions. We're not talking about infrastructure. We're not talking about PaaS. We're not talking about IaaS. I'm talking about business process services. I'm talking about business solutions, or what previously had been called applications. So roughly 40 to 45% of ISVs have begun the journey to SaaS. Roughly about a third, maybe 40% of those have monetized those investments. The remaining are on some portion of the journey. We believe that number will top out at 75 to 80%. Not all ISVs will go to the cloud, whether they can or want to. And not all applications are necessarily suitable. However, we do believe that ISVs that do not invest in these planning horizons in the next 3 to 5 years will become largely marginalized. Customer demand for SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS continues to evolve, and our research clearly shows that one of the key shifts is a shift from best-of-breed to de facto multi-vendor solution suites driven by platform-driven capabilities. So the shift is not necessarily from best-of-breed to full suite by a single vendor, which is just a year's model, but a variety of integration capabilities that provide de facto multi-vendor suites. An interesting example is Intact and Salesforce that have the level of bidirectional data integration, for example. Business intelligence now joins CRM, customer service collaboration, Salesforce automation at the top of the business solution stack in terms of buyer demand through 2012. However, there is accelerated interest in core systems of record, operational systems. HR in particular, they come in and Workday is right on. We see it across the stack, and not just classical HR. Talent management is likewise a very, very high category. Finance, procurement, Ariba is a terrific example of a traditional ISV transitioning to SaaS and have largely made that transition complete. Supply chain and ERP are further out. By 2011, many of the fears associated with IaaS, primarily transaction and data security integrity, are resolved in our opinion, with customers realizing that its value lies less with cost savings and more with agility. And we'll be drilling down on that in just a moment. Okay, so let's now, these are some of the high-level things. Let's go into that a bit more. So here we have some data from one of Soggetech's most recent buyer surveys. We conduct these all the time on behalf of our premium subscription research service. And here we have one that is focused on, actually, I think this was conducted in February, about 800 completes, 700 completes. And it shows the transition over time in terms of buyer expectation, in terms of what percentage of new software will be cloud-based. So we have a good global sample, 700 completes. And in fact, the data shows an even stronger trend than our STPs. But let me read the STPs. In our estimate, by year-end 2014, as I said, 40% or more of new enterprise IT spend. We're not talking about total IT budgets. We're talking about the new portion. That branding enterprise is typically anywhere from 10 to 30% of total IT budget will be cloud-based. However, in terms of workload, we think the percentage will be higher, upwards of 45% or more of total IT workloads. And cumulatively, throughout the period, what's already been invested in, as well as what will be invested in over the next few years, we think the total amount of workload in existence will be approximately 25% or more by year-end 2014. So by 2014, 25% or more of total enterprise IT workloads will be cloud-based. It's a big number. It's a very, very big number. Let's go to our chart that talks about comparing SaaS on-premises performance through the Great Recession and what will likely happen afterwards. This data is real data from publicly traded companies, and it shows that everybody got impacted by the Great Recession, but the SaaS vendors, which are represented in blue, are coming out of it on a much steeper curve. We have not updated the data for Q1 yet, that will probably happen later in May. But the key here is to look at the measure of the next measure that looks at the current
Continue acessando em inovelink.com. Estamos fazendo toda a cobertura aqui em São Francisco, na Califórnia, do evento All About the Cloud.
That is